prevent a likely outbreak of cerebrospinal meningitis (CSM) and Lassa fever in the upcoming dry season. Addressing a public briefing in Abuja on Tuesday, the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention (NCDC), Dr. Jide Idris, said the center's alert on Lassa fever and meningitis individuals, families, and the nation. The NCDC board also informed that the body remained committed to comprehensive efforts at reducing the spread and impact of infections across Nigeria. The DG posted that the federal government, through the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, is leading efforts to prevent, detect, and respond to cases of Lassa fever across the country. The nation's apex bank says the raising of capital requirements for banks would help them to increase credit to underserved communities, thereby enhancing financial inclusion in Nigeria. According to the CBN governor, Mr. Yemi Cardoso, though some progress has been made in the financial inclusion drive, explaining that 28% of Nigerian adults are still outside the formal financial system, also bared his mind who bared his mind at the 2024 conference in Lagos on Tuesday, said the higher capital would empower financial institutions to better serve marginalized groups, including the MSME sectors, which forms the backbone of Nigeria's economy. The CBN boss, however, highlighted the Apex Bank's efforts to stabilize Nigeria's economy, manage inflation, and instill public interest, reiterating that financial inclusion is a core in the journey towards growing a $1 trillion economy. Whereas the current administration is committed to unlocking the full potential of the state's economy by leveraging technology and streamlining tax collection. This, according to the governor, Prince Abiodun, will further reduce the state's dependence on federal allocation. The governor, who spoke at the Treasury Board meeting on year 2025 to 2027 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework (MTEF) and the 2025 budget held at the Obas Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta, said the government has devised measures to increase the state's internally generated revenue towards funding projects and the state's budget. Represented by his deputy, Engineer Raymond Salakoye-Dele, Governor Abiodun lauded the state public servants for their dedication to the successful implementation of the 2024 budget. He also charged stakeholders to work hand in glove with the government in building a more resilient and prosperous state. The Defense Headquarters on Tuesday says it is aware of a terrorist group's recruitment activities in some parts of northern states. This is as it pledged to work closely with other security agencies and the state governments to stop the recruitment efforts. Speaking with newsmen, the Director of Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, informed that the terrorists began incursion into the northern parts of Sokoto and Kebbi states from the Niger Republic and Mali axis, particularly after the coup in the Niger Republic. According to him, the terrorists were using sermons and welfare packages to entice the youth, adding that the terrorist group was also taking advantage of the social media to drive its recruitment efforts. On the foreign scene, the United Nations has said that continued weapons supplies to Sudan's warring military and forces must stop. The UN Under-Secretary General for Political and Peace-Building Affairs, Ms. Rosemary DiCarlo, informed that both the Sudanese Armed Forces and the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) are continuing with their military operations and recruiting new fighters, fueled by considerable external support and a steady of people, and created a humanitarian crisis that has displaced 11 million people. And out of sports, Super Eagles captain William Troost Ekong is expecting another tough battle when they face Benin Republic in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers on Thursday. The two West African nations will lock arms at the Stade Felice in Abidjan, marking their third meeting in 5 months. The Cheetahs got the better of Nigeria with a 2-1 win in the World Cup qualifiers in June at the same stadium, but the Super Eagles bounced back with a 3-0 win of their own on the opening day of the AFCON 2025 qualifiers in Uyo in September. However, Troost Ekong is sure that the Cheetahs will put up a fight as they also intend to boost their chances of qualifying for the AFCON. That was the news at 10 on OGBC 9.5 FM, packaged by Idris Adelakum. For exclusive programs and the latest news updates, visit our website at www.ogunradio.ng. Follow us on Facebook at Ogun Radio Belkuta and on X at OGBC 905 FM. You can also listen to OGBC on the Radio Garden.